We acknowledge that this podcast is recorded on the unceded, ancestral, and occupied traditional territory of the Anishinabek Nation, the people of the Three Fires known as Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations. And furthermore, we thank the Chippewa of Saugeen and the Chippewa of Nawash, now known as the Saugeen Ojibway Nation, who are the traditional keepers of this land. In some parts of Canada, treaties were signed with First Nations that gave incoming settlers rights to much of the land, while in other areas, few or no treaties were signed. Unceded land was never given or legally signed away to Britain or Canada. It was stolen and continues to be occupied and governed by settlers today. As we live, work, surf, and play, we say mahalo to the Métis, Inuit, and Indigenous peoples of Turtle Island and from around the world who have stewarded these lands and sacred surf spots for thousands of years. We recognize their amazing resistance, resilience, and strength in the face of ongoing dispossession, colonial violence, and injustice. In particular, we wish for justice to be brought for the murdered and missing Indigenous children and victims of Canada's residential school system. We believe that for true healing and harmony to occur, we must end the cycle of oppression while working together as we move forward in truth and reconciliation. We can be better, we can do better. Sam and Caleb, Skelton, you two kooks, how are you doing, guys?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Just right on. Welcome to the Permastoked podcast, fellas.
Thanks for having us on, man. We're stoked.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. So where am I talking to you guys from?
We are just about a mile west of downtown Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay. Can you, when you tell people you're from Cleveland, do you ever like sing the lyrics from the Beatles song? Like just, so where are you guys from? Cleveland, Ohio. That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
So funny enough, I feel a connection with, how do you say, would you say it Ohioans?
Yeah, that's right. Ohioans.
Ohioans. Because yes. I grew up in Leamington, Ontario, which is like a straight shot from Sandusky.
Yeah.
So as a kid, we would, take the ferry over, go to Cedar Point. So there was always a connection. A lot of people from my town were Cleveland Indians fans, stuff like that. So it's like the sister city that I've never been to.
Yeah, dude, we've never been up that. We've actually never crossed the lake. We've never crossed the lake north.
Well, you need to find one real big long wave and ride it over.
That'd be amazing, yeah.
So did you guys ever go to Put-in Bay?
Yeah, I've been more Kelly's Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you guys have went to Pelee Island ever?
I never have.
See, no, so we're like the yin and yang. We're like, I'm the Canadian Lake Erie guy. We'd go to Pelee Island. I always wanted to go to Put-in Bay, though. I heard that's just a pretty rad place.
Yeah, it's a party for sure.
Yeah.
It has the world's largest on-land.
Wait, say that again?
Largest on-land geode, apparently. Yeah.
The world's largest what?
Geode, like it's like a crystal cave you can walk into.
Oh, sweet.
Really big. Yeah.
Usually,
nice.
There's a little rocks,
Yeah.
but this is like a whole. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You can go inside.
Gotcha. You guys need to get that in one of your adventure videos.
Yeah, I think we got to get out that way. The waves tend to get bigger the further east you go on the south side of Lake Erie.
Okay.
So it's not always that attractive for us to travel west towards Sandusky. I know there's nice beaches because usually the wave forecast is 2 or 3 feet higher further east.
Oh, okay.
But they do get killer waves out there. We should go out that way for a video.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. So, hey guys, take me into your lives a little bit. We got brothers here, right?
Yep.
Nice. Who's older?
I'm actually older, just almost 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of thought. I just made that assumption. Right on. So what was growing up like for you two dudes?
We grew up on a couple acres of like wooded forest with a little pond in the back.
Oh,
so we
man.
were always kind of like Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn. Our parents let us like run around and build forts in the woods and
camping, hiking.
Yeah.
Right on. So some of that adventurous spirit comes from very young age then, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, we also traveled a lot when we were younger too. My mom
okay.
and dad took us all over the place, so that as well for sure. Just always going, trying to find something to do. We never really like identified with Ohio all that much growing up. We were trying to go do other things, but we found it so fun here now,
Yeah, like honestly, watching your videos and the vibes you guys are giving off, I was living out west for 12 years. And so if I met you guys out on the street, I would sooner think you're from, say, Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But hey, you guys are, what Great Lakes surfers do though, is you make the most out of your area, right? Like you treat it like a blessing.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Every time we even get any bit of good waves, I'm just like freaking out. We're so far from the ocean. It's like, sometimes, those magic days you get out there and it's like, where are we?
Yeah.
Like the sun setting, it's all epic. And like, sometimes it's summer and the water's not even cold. And it's like, whoa, it's just so sick.
The trick is to put your wetsuit on before you see what the waves look like. And then you just get in no matter what.
Oh, then you're committed. Yeah.
Drive to the beach with the wetsuit on. So you're forced to go in.
Yeah, right on. So I heard you mention in one of your videos that you started surfing when you were 13.
Yeah.
Wow,
13, 14. But the thing was I didn't have anyone to surf with here. And, it just wasn't, I just did it as much as I could when I could get a friend to come out with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really start like studying the waves until about a year ago and like really understanding what the weather patterns meant for each beach and how important it was to like, understand what's going on.
Oh, okay.
I think I was probably skunked like the first 100 times I surfed.
Yeah. So if he was 13, were you 10 when you started surfing?
I went out a couple times with him, like boogie boarding on his board, but I never really rode. But I started last year. I went to Montauk, New York. And I'm on board and just had a blast my first day out. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. I've been snowboarding my whole life. So
okay.
In our videos too, it's a lot of our like crew. Like we kind of like built up a crew and like eventually I'll start like putting up people's names. But there is a mix of a lot of us surfing in those videos,
Okay. So in probably about the second or third video in your series, when I was watching them today, you mentioned about, okay, everybody, I'm gonna refrain from blowing spots. Did you, I take it you might have done that and had the repercussions and therefore we're like, okay, new approach?
Yes, partially. Yeah. I'm trying to be elegant in this, but I honestly couldn't disagree more. I mean, I understand if there's like a private spot. I'm not about to like be like, hey, here's how to get here. But the lake community growing is the best thing that's ever happened to Great Lakes surfing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And, the people who are always complaining about spots being blown up half the time aren't even out there when we're all out there.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
you never see them. Like,
it didn't look crowded for you guys, that's for sure.
That's the thing. It's like,
I would welcome a little bit of a crowd. It's safer.
Yeah. Our most popular beach is called Edgewater, and it's in downtown Cleveland.
Okay.
And it hits great on a northeast wind, like epic. It's real nice. Big rollers, real clean. It cleans up nice. It's kind of like a point break of rocks.
Okay.
But it also hits on west and northwest and pretty much any other thing as like slop waves, but everyone goes there. And we're in the biggest city in the area on the north coast. and at max there's what, 12, 15 people out
on a great day too. Like,
Wow.
and this is the most publicly known spot. So to me, it's just like, you know, if it's in a public park, I'm not about to like be like, here's how to get here, but I'm not going to refrain from putting drone video up. It's epic, man. It looks great.
Yeah.
Getting more people into it. The response has been like awesome. It's definitely not a selfish thing that I've been accused of before, you know, like,
yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about like exposing spots, man?
Yeah, for me, similarly, like I started surfing in the late 90s on Lake Erie, and dudes, I was by myself most of the time. So like you, I would have welcomed like another body or two. So for me, this secrecy, there was never a need for protectionism because no one in their right mind was going to try surfing. Like it just, you know, it's changed. I think the attitude's changed now, but at that time, like, no. So I couldn't pay people to go surfing probably back then. So, but nowadays I've seen this one spot that I'm not too far from called Kincardine. It's a very popular spot up here in Canada on the Great Lakes. And I've seen like 40 or more people out there at a time. And that was like, wow, that is quite a sight. So I can see it growing to the point where we run out of room in the lake. I don't think so. I doubt it.
No way, man.
So
no way.
Yeah, like I wouldn't go revealing, you know, neighbor Bob's, you know, backyard that you got to walk through some private stuff to get there. But like you're saying, if it's a park or it's got a swing set next to it, I mean, how private is it really? Like people drive by it, they see the waves there, like figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I want people out. I want the more people we bring into this community, the more stuff we can do to help this lake is in dire situation, man. It is like toxic, you know, it needs so much help. And there's no better way to bring people's awareness to it than showing them the lake and getting people excited about lake activities, you know?
So most of the surfers I have on the show have been probably from either Lake Michigan or Lake Ontario. So having some fellow Erie boys here, it's like, yeah, man, I was surfing in brown slop. Like there are parts of Lake Erie that are gross.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Another reason why we always joke like drink colloidal silver or take an antibiotic after, you know, some days you go out and the lake kind of smells like tobacco or something.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, the ocean, they got to worry about sharks and riptides and, you know, stuff like this. And we got to worry about like what catfish and
Needles.
Yeah, really. And E. coli. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, guys, there's a lot of people, they are very protective. I get it to a point, but I would mostly side with you on this extent of we found something great. Let's celebrate it with the people who are willing to do it. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Once people connect with the water, they're not going to go littering it or mistreating it. Well, you'd hope not, right? Like typically it creates a relationship and investment. So I like what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's definitely our stance. We're just kind of sticking with it. Like you said, we're just being careful, but yeah, if it's a park, it's good to go. The world should know about it.
So I don't know if you know Cam Hill. He does some surf videos too. He calls them Chill Adventures. And all his spots, he just makes up names for them.
I watched a few of his videos, just trying to see what else is out there on the menu. He seems like a pretty stoked dude, man. He's
really stoked. He's kind of like you guys in the sense that he's pretty new to this whole thing, but he is going all the time. Like,
oh yeah.
You know, I don't know, some of you guys and you're traveling to different spots. I mean, it seems like you're surfing almost every day. Like, I can't believe it.
Yeah, we did good this winter.
We did really well. Yeah. Wow. I think we're at like 45 days.
Wow.
Since October. Yeah.
That is amazing, guys. Wow.
Yeah, we spent a lot. I mean, also, you know, it was a warm winter until it got cold for a little bit. But the lake wasn't frozen all the way through almost February. So we were able to be out there the whole time. And when it's winter here, if the lake's not frozen, you know, with Lake Erie, there's waves 4 times a week, 5 times a week.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. just not always coming the right direction, but they sound like they've been in your favor.
We're in a unique spot, man. Like Cleveland is like here, and then as you go east, the lake actually the land protrudes into the lake north.
Okay.
So there's a handful of beaches that hit southwest, south, then we have west, northwest, and east and northeast. So there's not really, like literally we have every beach
spot for every direction almost.
Oh, you guys got it dialed in. Wow.
Yeah,
I just bought a house with a break too. So
did you? Oh man.
It's like a community park, and he's got a break that looks like it's gonna hit.
Yeah, we haven't seen it break yet, but it's a beach. It's got a point break. I mean,
it looks like northwest maybe it'll hit nice.
Wow, man. Dude, that is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Wow, good for you, man. I'm stoked for you. So it's funny you say that. We put in an offer in a house yesterday. And so I'm actually, it's interesting, you guys said you're two kids who grew up in the bush and this and that. So me and my wife were from down close to where you guys are, but we've been out west for 12 years. We came back to Ontario, and now we're looking to move on the Bruce Peninsula. So it's this sort of stretch of Ontario that is between Georgian Bay and Lake Huron. So waves on both sides, multiple directions.
Yes.
Lots of bush, lots of beautiful rock formations and cliffs, and it's just like paradise, right? But I mean, other than maybe like tree planting, and I went to college on a native reserve, other than those two experiences, like I've always been sort of, you know, living where there's lights and stores and stuff like that. So I'm super stoked to like go out into the middle of basically nowhere. Like our house is like in the middle of the woods. You own like 2 acres of woods. It's incredible. You walk across the street, there's a little lake, like a little sort of Northern Ontario smaller lake there. And then you just walk down the road further and you're at Lake Huron.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I'm super stoked because the paddle boarding up there is out of this world, crystal clear blue waters. The winters are quite something, but so anyway, I'm pretty stoked for this new experience and kind of seeing you guys and how you turned out. I'm thinking, okay, so if we have a couple of bush kids, they should turn out okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, that'll be the best environment ever to bring kids up in, for sure.
Well,
as coming up those borders, dude, we're gonna have to come for a visit. You're gonna get some Cleveland kooks up there, bro.
Absolutely, man. I welcome it. Yeah, we got a spare bedroom, so that's no issues there. Yeah, so
that'd be awesome. We haven't surfed Huron yet, but I love Lake Huron. It's so beautiful. It's
right on,
blue and clean.
So, what have you guys have left? You surfed Cleveland, Ohio. She said. Where else have you guys surfed? So Michigan, you guys, I saw that one video, you were up there in Sleeping Bear Dunes or something, right?
Yeah, Empire, Michigan's got some crazy good surf up there.
Nice.
It's kind of like if you're willing to do some hiking or if you have a one-wheel or something, the Sleeping Bear Dunes lakeshore is like 20 miles of untouched beach. So if you know what you're doing up there, there's some good surfing.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, and then I also lived in Chicago for a few years, so I did all the Chicago surfing, which was fun.
Right on.
I spent last summer in North Carolina. I worked at a KOA.
Oh, sweet, man. At the Outer Banks?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Times a day for like 3 months.
Yeah, he got like 90 days in or something.
Yeah. Wow, no wonder. Yeah, no wonder you guys are doing good. You guys got lots of experience up there. That's great. So tell me how you guys got into the whole videography stuff.
Well, it actually goes back. So we grew up on camera. Our dad always had the camera out. So we have records going back to 1989 of video. You know,
okay. A lot of video.
And naturally we'd play with it and stuff. But I actually started getting into photography first and then video in high school. And I got into a video class, like a media class. And that's what really kind of like took off for me. And basically I spent a few years doing a lot of random stuff. I was living out west and stuff too. And then I came back and I was like, I want to like do video for my profession. Okay. So I started a business and worked that for 5 years and started a YouTube channel and all this stuff. And recently with all the COVID stuff, everything kind of tapered back for a while, and I kind of got a clear mind, and I was like, I want to be making videos about like surfing and like and fresh water. Like we're really into free diving and scuba diving and river snorkeling and boating and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, I think I was just kind of depressed through COVID, and then one day I saw there was like 2-foot waves out there, and that was that first video, the first video on the channel. And I just like went out. I didn't even have a board. I had my 6-foot board with the fins broken off.
Oh, okay.
I just hung out, and someone let me borrow their board, and I just like, I don't know, man. I just was like, I need to make these videos. So
yeah.
And I'm bragging every day, sending videos of me surfing every day.
Yeah, he's out of banks surfing, and I'm just like, man,
wow.
So I start making it. I'm like, wow, I'm having fun making videos for me again, you know, and we've just been doing
those first few videos, Caleb, you weren't there.
No.
Yeah, I was in the
okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been shooting these videos on my own, and Caleb kind of came in and started helping me out, like with the logistics, the travel, and being a member on the show. And now we're just kind of like, let's make this into a Skelton Brothers thing.
Yeah.
Keep pumping on. Like we've been working on some more like content that's a little bit more like just like tailored up, you know, doctored up a bit. Like I have one coming out called How to Surf the Great Lakes, Part 1, Lake Erie. And it's like my breakdown of what you need to become a lake surfer here.
Oh, sweet.
Kind of modeled off of like a Quentin Tarantino style movie.
I look forward to that, yeah.
Like, yeah, the vlogs are fun, but I really want to like build and start, you know, making more content. We're working on a video now about the water quality on our shore. Yeah. And I'm like going to the sewer plant, and they're testing water samples we brought in, and they're showing us how their whole process is. So it's more of like a yeah, you know, it'll be like we'll surf and we'll go to the sewage plant and they'll show us the process, and we'll be like, is the water clean that we surf, or is it gross, you know?
Nice. I like that you guys have a purpose with it, right? Like the show has an undertone of positive vibes and sort of conservation, environmentalism, whatever. It's not just surf porn. And that's what I went with this podcast too, was I have, you know, some environmental guests and different things. Like there's so much to surfing. And I think what's great about surfing is it opens up all these other facets that also kind of come along with it. Like it's not too often you meet a surfer who could care less about the environment, or, you know, we seem to be sort of like-minded that way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm glad the vibes are coming through that way, because that's what we're trying to put out.
Yeah, well, the videos are great, man. Really polished. I'm super impressed. I'm jealous of the video quality. Like, you know, these podcasts, I'm just recording these through Zoom on a 9-year-old all-in-one desktop. So
yeah, I mean, you're being prolific though, man. You're putting these out there. I always get hung up with edits. I gotta keep putting them out.
Okay. So how long does an episode behind the scenes sort of take you?
Usually, it depends if there's a plan. Like we have a couple videos that we're doing some like homemade surfboard videos.
Okay.
So if there's a plan and we like knock it out, we'll shoot it, and then it's basically however long it takes Sam to edit it. They usually take me like 12 to 15 hours of straight work to edit.
I don't want to record the time it takes me to do this podcast. I would just be disgusted. It's a lot of work that goes into every minute.
Yeah. I really have a hard time posting stuff that doesn't have at least some sort of story arc. Like I want it to be like, you know, there's this, and then this happens, and then there's a resolution. Otherwise, I'm like, we're just like documenting our lives, and we're not really like a lifestyle vlog. I think we're trying to be more of like, I want people who aren't surfers to be able to watch it too. Like we've been getting like middle-aged women like our show, because I'll post like in a beach glass, like a Lake Erie Love Facebook group, and they'll see that we're hanging out and having fun on the lake too. And like, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, as a surf instructor, our biggest audience is middle-aged women coming out to try surfing and stand-up paddleboarding for the first time. That's the main audience. It's funny because when I just got out of high school, I was working for a radio station that played like top 40 pop music geared to middle-aged women. And, you know, then I get into teaching paddleboarding and stuff, and it's middle-aged women. I'm like, man, like, are the things that I like for middle-aged women? Because it seems to always be my target audience somehow.
a jewelry maker, so same thing.
Hey, right on. There you go. Yeah. And then at some point I realized, like, wait a minute, Derik, you're not necessarily a young guy anymore either. I'm a middle-aged guy. So,
right.
Hey, it all works itself out. Yeah, man. So I saw your Instagram. Dude, first of all, Caleb, do you have a nickname?
No, I don't.
You don't? Oh,
no,
man.
I go by Caleb, yeah.
Just Caleb, eh? I was coming up with some for you. Oh, God, I forget what I had.
But not very often.
The one nickname I had for you, man, because you got this, don't take this the wrong way. I mean this in the best way. I had the nickname Yeti. Because, dude, you just, you know, with the hair and the beard and the
Sasquatch a few times.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So Yeti just seemed a little classier to me.
I like it.
Yeah.
So
Yeti.
Caleb had the big hair all winter and the beard.
Yeah.
And he is also like making his own clothes. Like these pants you see on him, they're all tailored, they're wool. He like sews his own clothes for surfing and stuff. So he gets this like appearance going, like this massive person vibe. It's awesome.
Yeah, you look so like big, and you have this presence like on camera.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But then like sitting next to your brother now, your hair is a little shorter. You look more normal. Like I see you in perspective now.
Yeah, that's funny.
What happened was I shaved my beard off. And then I was like a Chippendale stripper or something. Like, it was like,
oh yeah. You really, dude. How did you feel when you cut that off?
It was weird. I've had it for like almost 3 years.
Yeah.
I cut it off. I mean, sure you're in the same boat. It takes a long time to get a beard that big.
At the beginning of COVID last year, I cut it off because I couldn't go to the barber, and I thought, well, it would grow back. Oh man, it was like so depressing. I was so depressed for like 2 or 3 months. Like I felt like I lost my identity or like what made me unique. Like, and because I have such a big overbite, that when I got rid of this hair, I forgot like how tucked in my face is. It was like it's like I'm all neck. Oh man.
Hey, the beard works for you then, man.
Yeah, like it looks like my face is this long, right? But it's like really only like that. So
yeah, I had the same thing. My beard was like real long. And then I cut it, and my face looked so short after that.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Inches on my head.
So Caleb, man, tell me about the jewelry making and clothing making business.
So my fiance and I own a jewelry company called Wildfoot Studio. And
nice.
We silversmith. We do a lot of turquoise work. We work with gold, silver, just lots of stones. We cut stones too sometimes. But yeah, it's real fun.
Wow. How does one get into that?
So we were in high school and we wanted to get married, and I had gold, but I didn't have any money. So I was like, let's make rings. We'll just make them. And I had money to go to school. So I went and took a like $150 jewelry class at our local community college. And my fiance took it too. She actually took it the year. So she took it twice. And yeah, we never ended up making rings or getting married. We just ended up making a company. We've been doing that ever since.
Right on.
September though. So.
Dude, if you can survive a company together, then you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Me and my wife did a summer of tree planting together. Oh man, I'd be like, sometimes she'd be like, get the off my land, like by the end of the day. It could be a little intense, but hey, so your girlfriend, your fiance, you guys met in high school. Man, that's awesome. You don't hear that story every day anymore. So, and now you went to school literally for like a minute, and you made a career, and all these other guys are going to like university for 4 years.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of work though.
But I was gonna say, man, like that's inspiring. That's like that's so cool to hear, dude.
I would say that it took me about 3 or 4 years to get
Oh, okay.
To a level where I could produce and make money,
Oh, okay.
Because it's still, I had to teach myself everything after I learned the basics,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
$40,000-$50,000.
Yeah, I didn't spend any money. I made money learning it. So.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Very lots of ingenuity there. Yeah. So, and Sam, for you, man, like, so you started making videos leisurely. Did you go to school for communications or videography? No?
No, I went to college for a minute for education, and then I dropped out.
Oh, okay. Way to go. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got an associate degree, but I've been so concerned about making sure that I was like doing what I wanted to do in life that I just bought a camera, and I just watched YouTube for 4 years and started a company. Basically the same story that Caleb said.
Man, you guys really just took life and made it what you wanted.
We're trying. That's the vibe with this new channel, man. Is like, if we can get content and add value, we could carry this, and this could be our job, and that would be like the most epic thing ever. Like, what else could you ask for, man?
Let me know when you crack the code, man, because that's what I'm working on with this podcast and brand too. Is I'd love to be doing this all the time. It's a lot of joy comes from creating, eh?
Absolutely. Yeah. Just remember, man, it's that input output. You can you do this input for 5 years, and you're gonna start to see a lot of output come through.
Yeah, that's what's weird about this kind of stuff, eh? It's a little bit of a slow burn, like. Yeah. And I mean, I've had episodes that have been off, that I recorded them months ago, and then people are seeing them now and making comments and et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, it's this living thing that other people could be experiencing for the first time, like right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. So do you make videos professionally then as well for other people?
I do. Yeah.
So what kind of projects do you do?
So I market myself as a cinematographer. So ideally I'm getting hired to shoot on a project, whether it's like commercial stuff or whatever. And I've been slowly getting respected in that field. So I've been doing that mostly. And then I also do a lot of drone work. That's why I put a lot of drone in the video. Yeah, I do a lot of drone work. And that's some of the stuff that I really enjoy. And then it's been YouTube. Like, our company was called Skelton Studios. We're still an operating company, my other buddy and I. And
sweet logo, by the way, man. The Mexican, I think maybe Sugar Skull or something. Yeah. Pretty rad.
I don't know if you checked out that channel, but we have 100 videos on that channel too. Whoa. That was just like a experiment of like putting out whatever we thought was fun to make at the moment onto this channel. And it turned into a lot of things, and it was cool. It was kind of like the pre what we're doing now experience. It gave me like the ability to be able to vlog and to be able to edit, which is vlogging's like one of the toughest things I've done out of my filmmaking. I think it's like so hard.
Like coming up with a story and a reason for the whole entire video.
And shooting yourself, it feels like vain sometimes, and like, I don't know. It's just like a strange thing to do,
Yeah. I was impressed, man, because I'm like, these are tight videos, and sometimes you're out there, you're not with anybody else. And I'm like, wow, like, and you're getting shots of yourself too. So obviously you must have a tripod, or sometimes you do have somebody with you, but it's like, it seems, I guess what I'm trying to say is it feels like,
I'm sorry, brother.
No problem. It feels like a bigger production than it might be, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I guess it just comes from that scrappiness. Like, we're like a run and gun film company, and I just I broke it down to being like, you want like a little background on how I shoot these actually?
Yeah, let's hear it, man. Yeah, for sure. Inside scoop.
So I run with 4 cameras. I have my big camera, which is a Panasonic GH5, which is a real durable, easy like vlogging camera. I run with the GoPro. I run with my phone, which is an iPhone 11. And those are the cameras. And the drone. Does
the drone have its own camera, or do you like attach a camera to it?
It does have its own camera.
Okay, so it's a built-in camera. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, I just use those tools to tell a story, whatever makes sense at the moment.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing right now is like I'll shoot what we're doing, then I'll let Caleb go in, and I'll film him with one drone battery and then some handheld shots and our friends. Then I go in the water and I'll shoot GoPro and try to convince somebody to get some shots of me.
Oh, okay.
And I'll come back out of the water and shoot everybody again, another battery. And then we do wrap-ups. And then I take a highlight and put that at the beginning of every video to entice people to watch it.
Yeah.
That's basically it. But yeah, it's this like self-shooting. We're like dying. Once we can put more videos out, I'm dying to get a filmer every time because it makes the video so much better. Yeah.
Well, maybe you guys need to come up to Canada once the borders open, have a Canada, surfing experience for your YouTube channel, stay at my place. And also, I need some footage, I need good footage to intro this show and stuff.
Let's go. That'll be the payment for the hosting.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll get you a bunch of high quality 4K drone and camera footage. Yeah, man.
I'd love to get some good stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Right on. Okay. Well, we'll wait for the. Did you guys get your vaccine, or I don't know what the vibe's like over in the States? Like,
it's very. I feel like it's very half and half. Not half and half.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same here.
I'm halfway through the Moderna vaccine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But
what about you, Caleb?
I had a autoimmune type scare earlier this year, and it's happened twice already this year. So I'm just waiting a little bit because I'm worried. I'm just not trying to. I'm just waiting a minute.
Yeah. Hey, I hear you, man. Teach his own. I'm the same way. I'm not sure where I mean, yeah, it's a thing.
All these boosters are a little scary to me too. I'm not trying to get shot up every 3 months or like.
Yeah, really.
Kind of scary, man, but
yeah, weird
times. One thing too, though, like through all this, surfing's been awesome because it's an outdoor activity and we're not really intermingling.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of like, well, we can surf still.
Yeah. So you guys had the police called on you. That was awesome. Now they were super friendly because I know in Chicago and other places they've shut it down. It wasn't so friendly. So for you guys. It was more of a call of concern, it seemed like.
Yeah. Someone thought people just aren't used to it here still for some reason, even though there's surfers and paddleboarders out every time it's wavy. But I don't know, man. Someone's like, they called a distress call in. It's like
people are funny, man. So going back, across the lake from you guys, in my early 20s, I was with some friends. We went out to the end of our dock. It was called the Leamington Dock, the pier there. And I had a fishing rod and I kept it in this like great big long case. And the case it looked very similar to a case that you would put a rifle in. And so at the end of the dock, right, it's dark. I take out the case and, my fishing rod and stuff. And then I don't know, for whatever reason, we didn't go fishing. So I put it back in and I'm driving home. I got my friends in the car and these cherries go on behind me and I'm all stoked because I've never been pulled over before. I hadn't been drinking. Seatbelts are on, no drugs, like nothing. We had done nothing wrong, right? And you got to understand, like my nickname too with all my friends was Hardcore. So basically, always getting myself into these situations and they were always something else, right? So anyhow, I'm driving, I pull over, it's right in front of the town bar. Like it's Friday night, all our friends, all the gang, they're all at the Seacliff Inn, there's live music, there's people on the patio, it's the middle of summer. I get pulled over, right? You'd think like, oh, the cop comes out and walks to your car. No, he gets behind his door and he's like, driver, get out of the vehicle, put your hands up. Like this was a full on like this, walk to the back of your car, hands on the trunk, search me and everything like this. And then he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, officer, I have no idea why you pulled me over. And I made some kind of comment that was probably stupid. I said something like, I don't know why you pulled me over, but we're going to be laughing about this in a few minutes because I did nothing wrong, right? And I remember he didn't like that. And he said, oh, I'm going to be laughing, eh? Like something like that. And they were kind of probing me about other stuff, like trying to find out if we had dope or anything in the car. It was weird. But anyway, he said to me, well, we got a call that you were wielding a firearm at the end of your pier, right?
Oh my God.
Which is like in the middle of town. It's not like we're out hunting in the woods here. So I'm like, well, no, I don't have a gun. But then I realized, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I pulled out my fishing rod. That could have been it. So sure enough, we go in the trunk. He opens it up. It's a fishing rod. We have a big laugh, and everything's fine. And but he told me though, he said, if we get a call about guns or knives, like we got the whole force on the way. Now, mind you, it's a small town. I don't know how big the force is, but like, I guess the whole department was like on their way to deal with this firearm.
Oh my gosh.
In front of the ice cream stand, basically.
Wow.
So
that's wild, man.
Yeah, maybe it's just a Lake Erie thing, getting the cops called on you.
I had a similar one. I was in Columbus driving my old boat, Caprice Classic, huge car.
Okay.
Turn a corner, driving through the neighborhood, and cops on both sides fly up, turn, call me out with the thing. They see me, they're like, "That's not our guy," and they kept going.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "Oh my God, someone's on the loose!" Like,
wow, what if you had
God,
been their guy?
my hands were out the window.
Wow. Oh man, that's awesome. So hey, you guys in Ohio, I'm curious, have you ever met any of the dudes from the Out of Place film?
No, I know of that film though. I don't know if I've seen it. Maybe I saw it part of it on YouTube.
You gotta watch that one. That is an excellent Great Lakes film.
Wait, is that why?
It was made in maybe the late like 2000s, like maybe 2010 or 11 or something.
Was it the Stuck in Ohio guys who made that?
I don't know what they go by.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Neil Luoma. I don't know if I'm saying his last name properly. He's sort of like the legend over there, right? I know he's in the film. Yeah. And whatever crew he must be a part of. Some younger guys. And
we haven't met Neil in person. Neil's got a shop, I think. He's in our like Facebook group though. He seems like a cool dude. I'd love to meet him. Yeah.
So you haven't linked up with those guys. Do you guys have surf shops in Ohio?
Not really, man.
Yeah, barely.
No,
We got
right?
a paddleboard shop.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I see all the other shops. It's got to be a pretty hard endeavor to try right now, considering like a couple hundred people. I don't know.
But it just blows my mind a little bit though, because Third Coast Surf Shop, they got 2 shops on Lake Michigan, and there's a couple others. So I would have thought there was at least one person doing it in Ohio.
I know there have been.
Yeah.
In the past, that's a tough. Shops are a tough business.
Yeah, for sure, especially right now.
Yeah. I mean, we're still convincing, like in common conversation, like they're just like, you cannot surf that lake. And then I love, now that we film so much, I just like pull up my Instagram and there's like shoulder high, like barrels in some of the videos. I'm just like, actually, wow.
Oh, you can't convince them that you're not cold in the wetsuit too.
Oh yeah.
It keeps you warm.
But I love the fact though that Sam, you're in the one video, you're like, oh shoot, I was wearing the wrong wetsuit this entire time.
I for 2 years thought I had a 5'4" wetsuit because I ordered that.
Wow.
I just never looked at it and I was just so cold. Yeah.
So what was it again that you were actually in?
I was in a 4.3 Quicksilver and with a 2mm hood and 5mm booties and gloves.
Wow.
But that video, man, like I put that video out and then that guy, Eric, straight up sent me his suit. It was like crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like that input output thing, man. I just get this direct message and he's like, hey, I got some Patagonia suits, a 6'5", it might fit you. And I thought he was trying to sell me, and he's like, no. And I got it like 6 days later in the mail.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I looked up like MSRP on it, and it was like $600.
Oh my God! Wow.
I was like, bro, like that dude like changed because all of a sudden I was able to like film better again. I wasn't so cold. I was like surfing again. I was like locking up and crashing all the time.
But I guess that shows just how important these videos can be to certain people and like the impact it's making. I mean, who gives somebody a free wetsuit? I mean, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's really, really encouraging. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, you know, going back to that localism piece, I think for the most part, like that I've found on the lakes is people are genuinely usually really stoked and eager to help out, like for the most part. So that's pretty awesome to hear that. I know for me doing this podcast too, like, yeah, I've made friends through this. I've had people reach out to me about how much they love it. And then I've had people like, send me shirts or do some artwork for me. Like, I really like the, what would you call that? Like the exchange that happens with producing content. Like, that's the part you don't see when you're watching stuff. But for us, I kind of wonder, like, well, what's in it for us? That engagement. Like for me, I don't know what it is. If I get a comment on a video that they loved it, it just gives you that much more motivation to keep doing it, because you mention in your videos, like, why am I doing this? Like, I could be doing other stuff. What is it that keeps me doing this? And maybe I won't, you know, go into that too much. We want people to see your videos, but it's really cool that there's more going on behind the scenes here. Like, there's a community built around this that cares, and there hasn't traditionally been a lot of content to take in, and now there's a few really cool things.
I kind of am like, that's sort of how I feel. I know there's been people filming on the lakes for forever, but like with the ability to be able to shoot high quality now and having gear, and I just kind of feel like we're paving a new, like, a lot of this stuff is awesome, man. Like,
for
people
sure.
have seen this of the Great Lakes, and we really want to travel around. Like, there's some spots I'm ready to go to, man. I've been doing some research. Like, you heard of Stony Point up on
I sure do, man. That's the spot. That's like the endless summer, the perfect wave at the end of endless summer. Have you seen the movie Unsalted?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the wave at the end of that movie in Stony Point.
Okay. I always wondered.
Yeah.
That place, man, that is like magic. It looks so sick.
Let me know when you're going. I want to hit that up too. That's on my bucket list. Have you guys done much in Sheboygan and Grand Haven?
Nope, I'm ready though. I'm ready for that pier wave at Grand Haven. Looks awesome.
Yeah, so the Elbow in Sheboygan, and then in Grand Haven, what's that called again? Rock Pile.
Rock Pile, yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched an episode.
Oh, you watched with Matt Smolensky?
Yes.
Yeah, so they have that pier bounce there, eh?
Yeah.
That looks
so fun.
Yeah.
It looks like the Wave Ranch or something.
Yeah,
kind of. Like it almost looks like a wave pool wave.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some good waves down Indiana Dunes. Have you heard of that?
Well, I mean, I knew of the Sleeping Bear store, but no, I don't know of the breaks or anything really.
So that's Sleeping Bear. I'm talking Indiana Dunes is southeast Michigan in Indiana.
Oh, okay, no.
There's so Lake Michigan is like, I think 395 miles long.
Wow.
Something like that. So the dunes is the last bottom part of that. And when they get a north wind, I guess it's just like real heavy, you know, like Superior waves, you know?
Right on. And so your job, I take it, provides you the flexibility to do these things when you want to, right?
Both of us, and we've been like really careful of our time to make sure that we can, because it's like, you know, when it's surfing, if it's Tuesday at 10 a.m., it's Tuesday at 10 a.m. You got to be there.
I'm going surfing.
Yeah.
You guys cracked the code, man. That's what I'm working on. God, yes.
You're making it look better than it is, man. I'm sure we're pretty on level with each other, man.
Yeah, wow.
Standing all week, but I got to surf twice, so.
Wow, yeah. Oh, interesting that you called them mayflies. We call them June bugs.
June bugs, interesting.
Yeah, but same insect.
We say June bug sometimes.
It's usually mayflies, though. Yeah.
Okay, and we say mayflies sometime, so it's interchangeable.
Yeah. There's also midges too. Those are a separate species. You know those ones?
What's it called?
Midges.
Midges?
No. Soldiers is what we call them.
Oh yeah, Canadian soldiers.
They come from you guys.
Canadian soldiers. Are those little like red and black things?
No, they're the ones that come out of the lake.
Yeah,
right?
they look like mosquitoes, kind of, but they don't even eat. They just hatch and then reproduce and die.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys keep them. That was part of our infestation. The War of 1812, when Canada burned down the White House, they brought the smidges with them.
Drop them off.
There's this like
those geese too.
There's this like kind of ongoing joke in like Cleveland and northern Ohio where like if there's anything bad, it comes from Canada.
Oh,
Canada
really?
So it's like
awesome.
Indian soldiers, or there was that big blackout like years ago where we like lost electricity and we're like,
that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's okay because the entirety of Canada thinks that way about the entire U.S. So they're like, oh, all the bad shit comes from down there and comes up. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Also, some of the greatest things too. But yeah, I'd say probably over the last 4 years, it was a much more negative attitude. But
yeah,
we're turning her around.
Don't blame you.
Yeah.
And I love Canada. I've considered living in Canada my whole life. I love it up there, man.
Oh, okay. So where have you guys spent time up here?
My fiance has her family has land in Manitoulin. Is that?
Dude, that's like Manitoulin Island.
Yeah, Manitoulin.
That's right up where I'm moving, man. Like I'm not moving on the island, but I'm moving on the piece of land.
Yeah.
It's like the end of the road.
Dude, that's like the coolest. It's the coolest place. I love it there. That's actually we got engaged there on Treasure Island. It's the biggest freshwater island within a freshwater island or something. Yeah.
We have all these
freshwater island, and then I got some weird.
We have all these like silly things I can't keep track of. Like there's the longest freshwater beach or something not far from here, Wasaga Beach, and then I think Put-in Bay is like the longest bar on a freshwater or something. You were talking about some sort of feature on the GoPro. You were talking about this hindsight, and I missed what it was. It sounded to me like, because when I go out with my GoPro, I'm taking all this video, and then at the end, I bring it home, I put it on my computer, and I find out that although the instructions say the battery is supposed to last all day, it like lasted 40 minutes of me sitting on my board waiting for a wave, and then by the time I started catching them, the battery's dead.
Yeah.
So it's never really cooperated. So for me, I just hearing you were mentioning something about it sort of working around that and getting the footage.
Yeah, so it's got to be on the Hero 9, so you got to have the newest one.
Oh, okay, so mine's the Hero 3. We're talking pretty old.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to throw that thing in the lake, man. Get something.
Yeah, I should probably not worry about it too much and just put it on the nose of my board.
I used to have a Hero 3. We lost a Hero 3 in the river like years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have this. I'll get to hindsight in a second, but I have this knack for losing GoPros. I've been through like 12 GoPros in my career.
Man.
So
and they're not cheap either.
What'd you say?
They're not cheap.
No, they're not, but they're necessary. Like I have to have them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so hindsight's great. So basically what it's doing is, are you familiar with like a camera that, what are the cameras you put in your car that are like doing a loop?
Like the dash cams?
Dash cams, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a dash cam. So what it's doing is it's rolling 20-second loops while you're going at a really low battery, like it's not consuming much battery.
Okay.
The camera is basically asleep. But it's recording these 20-second things. And if you just like, so you're surfing, usually surfing is like 30 seconds or so, you know?
Yeah.
You're surfing and you like drop in and you ride a wave and then you hop off the wave. If you press the shutter button up top, it starts recording from that point and recorded the past 20 seconds.
Okay.
So it just grabs it. So basically, all of a sudden, then you'll download your files and you'll just have wave after wave after wave in small files.
Gotcha.
So it's like rolling a loop, but it only records the loop if you press the shutter. It's confusing.
Okay. So after you've rode the wave, you press a button?
And it's done.
Okay. Okay. And so it knows to save that last 20 seconds, whatever that was.
Exactly.
Okay. But the Hero 9, you say?
Yeah, you got to use the Hero 9. The Hero 9 is the best GoPro. Obviously, it's the newest one, but it's the best GoPro that's ever been made. Battery life's improved. Editing on the files is better. The quality is insane.
So the GoPro 3, I would say, is digital, but it really takes you back to the analog days, though, too. Like it feels, sure, it has a digital screen, but you got to press the button to make it go around, and then you never know what you cycle to. So are the new ones like all touch screen and more user friendly?
Yeah, more touchscreen, user friendly, and the biggest feature is they have stabilization, like crazy AI technology, basically like these algorithms going to stabilize the footage.
Okay.
So like there's no shaky footage. I actually the past few episodes we put out have been with the Hero 7, which isn't as good because I lost the new Hero 9. I gotta get a new one.
Oh damn. Oh man.
It dropped it in the lake. But yeah, it's great, man. There's no shaking. So like if you see like the first like 5 videos we made, it was on the Hero 9 and the GoPro shots look real good.
One of the lines you say in the show, man, that I really like, sort of maybe could be one of your catchphrases or something. You talk about filling up the Stoke tank. I like that.
I got that from a podcast called I forget what it's called. It's with Mark and JP, but they're like these like California Stoke party bros, and they always say that, and it's hilarious to me. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, I love that. And it seems to me like you guys are always filling up the Stoke tank. Like you're living to fill up that Stoke tank. So, tell us a little bit about that kind of philosophy that you're going for and the message you're trying to promote through the show. Because I'll go back and say, I just really like that it just has such a positive resonance to it. It's uplifting, makes you feel good. So how do you fill up the Stoke tank?
I think we like growing up in like this town and like, depressed cities, we like combated a lot of negativity. And it was really frustrating. I'm speaking for both of us a little bit, but it's frustrating. And, it's funny when we travel other places and you see that people are a little more stoked, like when there's extreme sports and stuff around, Yeah. And it's just, it's weird. It's kind of like, I think it's almost like a part of it's rooted in wanting to prove something, like prove that actually life is awesome if you embrace it.
Yeah.
Finding beauty in things that other people think are ugly. Like this morning, for instance, I woke up and all the trees are weighed down with snow, covered in, it was just gorgeous. The sun's out, beautiful day. Everyone on the radio is like, didn't want to wake up to this morning, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude.
Yeah, it's so negative. Yeah.
Go make a snowman or something, Like,
I mean,
embrace it.
We got a
beautiful morning.
Yeah, we got a beautiful 4 inches of snow late in the season. It's going to be the last time it snows. We're out there. It's still 40 degrees. We're going surfing. Just like we scoped out 4 beaches today to get some waves, Like it was so much fun.
Yeah. I notice in the winter when all the leaves are gone from the trees, if it's just grass on the ground, I find it really depressing. Like if the leaves are gone, then, keep some snow on the ground. Yeah, I don't know why people are kind of arguing the weather. They're never going to win.
Yeah. Exactly. But that's it, man. It's just
complain about something that's there always. Like
It's positivity though, man. It's just like I was talking about before with the career thing. It's like about input output. If you put positivity and stoke and hard work into something, like it's going to come back to you and come back to your audience as like good, you know. if you just like, I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. I feel
no, it's great, man. I think and you mentioned in your videos, what I really liked about your videos too was you mentioned in the, you know, sort of in one of the earlier ones, like, I'm not sure what this sort of podcast is really about yet, but then you've really sort of, you mentioned it too, you've really found your voice. You kind of know you have a little more direction right now. And I think, man, this world needs good vibes right now. It needs positivity. So I think, you know, you're actually doing a service to the world right now by smiling and bringing some joy, dude, because it's a tough world out there right now.
I appreciate that, man. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure, guys. I see you guys riding this Wave Bandit a lot. I've heard about the Wave Bandit. So this is like a Ben Gravy board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 2 of them actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we have the 6.
Yeah.
Is it are they foamies?
They are, but they have like a plastic bottom kind of thing.
Okay. And how do those things ride? It looks like you guys are ripping pretty good on it.
They're great on short break because you don't have to worry about bashing a hole in your board.
Yeah.
They're super buoyant.
Yeah.
If it's like under shoulder high, it's like pretty fun. It's a great way to
okay.
I still almost always bring out my fiberglass board though.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not.
What do you typically ride, Caleb?
Right now, I mostly just ride. Is it a 7/8? It's a 7/8 torque. It's got like a carbon fiber rail.
Okay, right on.
Fun board.
Yeah. Nice.
And
what's in your quiver, Sam? What's that? Sorry.
I got that 6-foot Ben Gravy or 6'6" Ben Gravy fishtail too.
Oh, okay. Right on, right on. So is Ben Gravy a bit of an inspiration for you guys?
We love Ben Gravy.
So,
yeah. He's the same thing, man. He's just puts a lot of positivity out, and I love how he also is there for, you know, he talks about sobriety and stuff and being there for people who are dealing with that kind of stuff. Anybody that has some sort of like deeper meaning attached to it, I think we really enjoy. And Ben's also just so fun to watch surf, you know?
Yeah.
He's got a full Stoke tank, always.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That guy, he, find out where his gas station is. Keep it right topped up.
Yeah, man.
And you also attempted but failed at doing what you referred to as the double.
Yes.
So in Vancouver, we used to talk about that a lot, that you could go surfing, skiing. I think there was actually something else, like all in one day. So this is what you're trying to prove you can do out there?
Yeah, I found out a lot of people do it, especially in Michigan's the best spot for it, because Michigan's got good skate parks, good skiing right next to the lake.
Oh, okay.
The season didn't really line up that well this year for us here, but we have decent ski resorts 30 minutes south of the city. But we were just like, you know what, let's just, that day was so fun. I was just like, let's shred in the streets and just try to get away just to prove a concept, you know. But that day was like gnarly out there on the lake. It was not like surfable conditions, man.
Okay, you guys were in a lot of waves that I was like, what the heck? Those waves are too nice. Like, you're making this look too good right now. So when you showed that scene, I was like, okay. And you even said, you're like, this is what it looks like most of the time. And I'm like, okay, finally, someone telling the truth. Because since I've come home, that's what I've found. Like, I don't know if I'm going out on the windiest days or something, but it's like, it's a battle. Like, I've not come across the cleanest conditions. Like, it's more like what you guys were in, high winds, and just sometimes just getting past the shore break can be really difficult on the Great Lakes. Yeah. It's all good. Keeps us young.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Nice and joy coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, hey guys, you guys keep your Stoke tank full. You know, you guys are surfing all the time. What other kind of things keep that Stoke tank full? What else are you stoked about in life?
Everything.
Lately, I've been trying to just really eat healthy and train and keep my body in tip-top shape because as I'm getting older, man, like I want to be able to do this stuff for a long time. And we had a lot of injuries when we were younger doing like stunts and stuff. And it's just so that's been helping me a ton too. And like it's very cloudy here in Cleveland. It's actually, when you compare it to Seattle, we're like second in the country for cloudy days.
Really?
Yeah, we get these weather patterns that just bring clouds right onto us all the time.
I find that interesting only because my hometown, Leamington, across the lake, was referred to as the sun parlor. It like
you guys, that's what, the fog comes to the south side of the lake. Look, everything goes.
Oh yeah, we're sending that shit down to you guys. That's right.
You guys, so we'll go to, if it's cloudy here, you can go to the lake and look out in 15 miles. You'll see the cloud break. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cloudy and getting out and lifting and eating and getting sunlight. We have a lot of seasonal depression in our area. I also talk about that in the vlog a lot, about how like, hey, like encouraging people, like if you got a second, even if it's shitty out today, like get out there and get a little vitamin D and enjoy.
The sun still comes through the clouds, and even when it's cloudy, you can still get vitamin D if you're outside. You know?
Absolutely, for sure.
I get sunburn in the winter every time I go out. You know.
Yeah, and I remember looking across the lake to Ohio and seeing the big power plant there and all the big smoke coming out.
Oh, that's Perry. That's funny. That's like 30 miles from us. There's actually an epic surf spot there that no one goes to.
Oh, yeah, with good reason. Oh man, that's awesome.
Spot there where the water is always warm. And
really?
Catch fish all year round. Yeah.
Oh wow, great. Okay. Yeah. Put that on the menu.
Yeah.
And what about you, man? When is the big day? When is the wedding happening to the high school sweetheart?
September 4th.
Yeah, you better get that one on the books.
Sometime early September.
Yeah. So planning a COVID style wedding?
Well, we were supposed to get married last year in September. So we moved it to this year, and I actually rented a summer camp.
Oh, cool.
Outside, yeah. So,
okay. So hoping things kind of open up by then and more people will be vaccinated.
As long as, we'll be wearing masks, I'm sure, but I'm sure a lot of people will be at least.
Wow.
But, yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, you should get that on your, they probably make that for the wedding cake now too, like the bride and groom with masks on, those little, yeah.
I mean, it's like a bubble boy globe or something.
Yeah, right on. Well, hey guys, it has been awesome having you dudes on the show. Maybe just before I let you guys go, tell us what you got in the tank for more episodes of, why am I losing the name right now?
We're just calling it, it's right. We're trying to figure out.
Does it even have a name?
Call it Skelton Brothers or something like that. But right now it's just my name.
I was gonna call it the Sam Skelton Show, and then I was like, wait a minute, what is Todd? What is your show called? Okay,
I just under my name right now. Yeah.
All right. So your YouTube videos, what's coming down the pipe? What can we expect to see? What kind of content is coming later on in 2021?
All right. Well, right now we are working on a really cool video where we're designing a cardboard surfboard, all laser cut and epoxied.
Wow.
Doing a duct tape foamy surfboard build. We're gonna do some river surfing.
Yeah, we're trying to make a river board.
Yeah, we're gonna
with duct tape.
Yeah.
Wow.
River boards, and then we're gonna start adding free diving and free diving in the lakes and river snorkeling and just freshwater vibes,
Sweet, love it.
And then the last one is the comprehensive How to Surf Lake Erie video, which I've been working on. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, then more vlogs.
Right on.
It goes, man. We have like 4 in the docket right now. Shot.
Yeah. Right on. All right, guys. Well, hey, it was awesome having you guys on the show. The Skelton brothers, the Stoke brothers, whatever you guys are, brothers. The Yeti and the. No, you're not. Yeah. All right, dudes. I'll catch you guys next time. When you come up to Canada, we're going to go snorkeling, surfing. We're going to have a freaking awesome time up in the Canadian Shield, guys. But in the meantime, stay stoked.
Later, brother. Have a good one, man. Nice to meet you, man.